This conference will now be recorded.
So, I think we're going through the pipelines, right? So how to create these certificate pipelines. So, where is that instances? So we had some errors, right? So there is simple error yesterday, but so it took some time to find out those ones. So anyway, uh, where is instances? Let me start the instances. So I want to do instances first. This is the instance. This is a master instance. Right. So where is our login to Jenkins? So the correct IP is, let me find out. It's master IP address, all good. So it's not reachable. So why it's not reachable? Let me check this. Service Jenkins status. It's running. No issues with Jenkins. Well, it's not reachable then. If it is running. The instance. That's Jenkins master.
Firewall stop there, sir. Firewall stop there.
Sorry. Sorry.
Firewall to stop there, sir. So search exchange firewall.
I did not start firewalls at all. So yesterday it was running. So I'm just checking why this is yesterday it was running. I did not do any changes after that. That's the reason I'm checking it. I did not do any changes after yesterday's session. So I'm checking it. Because when I was able to access yesterday today. I'm checking the networks. So let me check this. service HTTP and then status. HTTP is, okay, 1 second, let me check this. Submit. Wait, Michael. It's all good. So, so did you do any changes on this instance, Venkatesh? So, yeah, are you there, Venkatesh? Do you any changes for this instance? I guess not. Okay. Here, it is not installed using Tomcat, so it is installed using as a service. Okay, see the Jenkins service. Active exited. Where this exited? Did not see that. So this is not an Tomcat, right? You see that? So this is not a Tomcat. It's in service. Hope you have seen that. Okay. So service and then Jenkins. Let's say restart. You can go with systemctl anyway. Systemctl. Yeah, it's active and running. Okay, fine. Then why this is active and running then? Yeah, so it was inactive. I did not see that. I was just checking only that. So I was checking only for active. It was exited state. I did not see that actually. See that it was exited state. So then later I have restarted that Jenkins. It's been restarted. And moreover, this is not on Tomcat. So this is on. So I've installed, I mean, it has been set up Jenkins as in a service. Hope you remember Jenkins has another step to install it. So yum install Jenkins. That is how it is installed. Hope everyone been observing it. So see, that is different types of installations. Okay. And that is the reason I asked you to do that kind of installation as well. Okay. So when Venkatesh has tried it. Okay, good. But anyway, so log into Jenkins. Okay. So what happened yesterday? So that was a pipeline had an issue, right? So let me go through that. So the commands errors what we were getting in yesterday's pipeline. So that's because of Java cannot found. Hope you remember the error. So going back to that error. So check the console output. We know these things. We need to the freestyle projects, right? So when we come not found. So where was that? Not this one. Sorry. So that was error 6, I think. So bill number 6. This is the diff. After they have set up the global tool configuration. So errors what we were getting yesterday. So which were command not found. So these are all bill numbers. The other one, I think. So go back to the bill. And then this is what I was getting, right? Command not. So if we get this kind of errors, what did we do in freestyle projects? We did that. So set up the global tool configurations, and we have set up the tools, right? In freestyle projects. So do the same things even in pipeline projects. So first set the global tool configurations. We know how to do it. So in global tool configurations, you set up your JDK versions. And then, so where is that? Under global tool configuration. And then just scroll down, and here you see where was that JDK, right? There is like JDK, Java. Yeah, there you have JDK. And then, so I've set up this global tool configuration, set up the JDK version, some version, okay, and that's a version, okay. And here the terms and conditions, and then to enter the credentials over here, I have already set up, and this is a version, okay, that's a version, and then so that is a version. So what I do when I run my jobs, so in freestyle project we select that version, right? How do I do the same thing? So in pipelines concept, let me go through it. Back to the project. Okay, I go with the configure. And then in pipeline, you just mention tool, then your tool name. Okay, how do you do that? So let me show you. So here you see that in stage, after the stage, I have mentioned like tools and then the tool name. So how do you mention the tool name? So there you have tools, and then mention the tools as in section. In that section, you mention your tool name. So why the tool name is JDK? Since so in our global tool configurations, so it was JDK as your tool name, right? So that's your global tool configuration, and take that, and it is mentioned as in JDK. So since it is JDK, and tool name as JDK, you don't mention some other names. It has to be JDK. Okay, so there's your JDK, and that so that's JDK. See that's a name. JDK has to be name, and give the version name. This version name, just copy the version name. Don't give any other random names. Copy the name, and JDK and the name of it in single quotations. And then as usual, we have steps. In that, I'm running some compile step. Okay, so that is the thing we need to do. So but yesterday, because of lack of servers, not able to do it. But anyway, it's all there in the document. You can refer the document as well. But, so scroll down and jobs. So just run the jobs, build it, and okay, yeah, build it. Let's see. Or if you want like some other version, you can also select some other version. And let me show you build what it was. So in 8th build, so I was just doing kind of a testing purpose. Is it working or not? In 8th build, so it was down the JDK first. You see that? So download version. Yeah. So it's downloaded. Where's downloaded to? It's downloaded to your Jenkins root directory. Okay. So open our instance, log into our instance. I think we already have done it. Session timeout. Session timeout. Just a second. Yeah, session timeout. Let me reconnect it. So and session settings. Change it to 1. Okay. And so what was that root directory? So that's in var lib Jenkins. So var lib Jenkins. This is Jenkins root directory. So and in our case, when we have installed JDK on Tomcat, and so there in that case your Jenkins directory is .jenkins, but here it is installed as in a service. So they're using yum install Jenkins. We follow that step, and then so you have, so that is your present working directory where you can see the Jenkins directory, and then list all files. Then you have .jenkins as usual. Everything you have Jenkins directory. Then you have workspace. Now from this point we know that, right? So instead of workspace, see that first look at the tools. We know what exactly tools purpose is. So if you download any tools from outside, the tools, and that's your JDK version. The required version is downloaded there. Okay, and after this is downloaded, extracted, and then the file has been compiled. But if you want to compile the file must be in your workspace, right? So where is the workspace? So we are running the job on the master. So if you're running the job on the master, your workspace directory in Jenkins root directory. Okay, and then so you have job name pipeline 2, and there is your hello.java, and then you have a class file. Okay, let me do one thing. So back to the pipeline. I'm going to modify the pipeline. I'm going to add another stage. So configure. Make sure you have in the workspace. So we can customize the workspace as well. That is our next thing I'm going to do, customizing the workspace. And once we customize the workspace, we copy that file into different custom workspace. Pipeline, and then so where is it? And I'm going to write another step over here, not the state, just a step. Okay, then so going with now, let's say sh, and write another steps over here, and the step is okay. So go with steps, and so just say so this is run stage. So I'm running the stage, give some echo statement, and then sh, let's run it. So what I want to do, Java, and then hello. Okay, I want to run my class file. I'm writing another step. So just save it. And then, so try to build in. That's so build number 10. Okay, so but this time it's a year. So let's look at the reason why it's where is a fail. Now, so it was a failure because of duplicate parallel branch name. Okay, so what is that? Oh, I've given the same name. All right. So we have two stages. So with same name. That is the reason you cannot do it. So right. So back to unify that. So configure. These are stages, right? So both stage names cannot. So since pipeline concept call, you can run the stages from any stage. You can re-execute the stages. So Avon, where is that? Okay. So I would like to run. So go with. Let's better. I think we can write a different stage there. So well, let's do that. I'm going to do with so different stages for this. Okay. And the reason I'm going with different stage is so I want to re-execute my stages. So that's what. Okay. So also look at this. I'm just looking into these particular braces are closed or not. So I'm just looking for those braces. See some extra braces there. That's for open close. Okay, this is for stages. Okay, that's for stages, and that is for stage. This is for tool. Okay, this is for steps. And this is we have an extra braces here. Just a second. Let me remove that. This one is not required here. Okay, that should be okay now. Yeah, and I'm going to write another stage here. Let's write one more stage. So I'm going with another stage, and the stage name is let's say it is a run stage. It's run stage. Okay. Here I just go with my steps. Define the steps here. Open, close the steps. And then so stage and then steps and define your steps here. Let's say so this is run stage. Okay, and then sh and then with Java and then your class name. So now we have a different stage. In that I have defined my step over here. Okay, now so try to do it. So build it. Building. It's again go to configure. One second. Go back to then rebuild. Just build it. So okay, that is console output. Yeah, you have stages there. You have hello stage, and you have compile stage, then you have run stage. So define them in stages so that we can, whenever you go with restart from different stages, okay, you have a choice of so executing the stages. So we know that this is not possible with freestyle projects. So and I would like to go with only run stage. Now you can run it only. So you just find out run stage. So in the build number 12, I have only run stage. You can see here as well. So this stage is not executed. The first stage is not executed. Okay, we are only the run stage. Now let's go with adding up more stages and to the same pipeline step. And what stage I'm going to add it. So in all projects, you have an option. I think you call. I want to wipe out the workspace. I want to out. That means I want to clean my whole workspace. Okay. The same. I want to clean out my workspace. So how I'm going to clean out my workspace is so that now. So now we are done. I want to clean my works. Why I want to clean my workspace? So in the same workspace, I have existing files. I have classes. So I want to clean my whole workspace so that I can re-execute or recompile my project. Yeah. So writing a stage, but that will be my first stage actually. Okay. So writing in the stages, I'm writing another stage. Then stage is this is my clean stage. I'm going with the clean stage. Open and then close. That's a clean stage. And within the clean stage, and what steps? So I like to write. So the steps are okay. So and let's say echo, and my stage name is so this is clean stage. Okay, and then I want to clean my workspace. So clean the workspace, and the workspace is so remove -rf. But what will be removed? Your workspace will be removed. That means files from the workspace will be removed. Okay, so remove -rf, and then you can go with start. So we are cleaning the workspace. So that is the first step. After that, I'm compiling it, and then so while I'm compiling it, I've selected my version, which version of JDK I want to run it, and then so compile steps and then run steps. Save it. So re-execute that same thing again. This time we are going to clean it and then compile it and run it. So build now. So it is all a failure, right? Straight away it's a failure. That's your build number 13. So why it was a failure? And so output. So the clean stage was success. Okay, so we know that the clean stage was success, and but when you look into the compile stage, so what is the issue? The issue is hello file not found. So what we have done a mistake. The mistake was so by mistake I have deleted my file as well. What file? Even the source file. So if you don't have source file, what are you going to compile? Right. So then so we must have those and again in the workspace. Okay. How I'm going to copy the workspace? How I'm going to copy my entity workspace now? Configure it. Now I'm going to write another stage over here. What is the stage is? Copy the sources into my workspace. Okay, let's do it. So what we call the writing some pipeline scripts. I'm not doing anything. So okay, I don't mean like in freestyle projects. So it's not possible to. That is why we have this pipeline, copy that even the source file within your pages. So let's write another stage for this. Okay, I'm going with one more stage, and the stage is which is, let's say, copy source. That's my source. Okay, and open close. Okay, just close it. And the steps. So what steps I prefer? I prefer to go with first give some echo statement for identification purpose. So this is so copy source stage. Okay. And then the command. Now we're going to copy the source file. So do I have the source file? So that's the first thing. So do I have source files anywhere? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I have it. I think better we can create one here. So let's do it. So, so then once we create it, then or else you can create it using the script as well. Okay, so it's all possible. Everything is possible. I want some minimum source code in it, Java code. So I just create that source code here. We have it over here. That will do. Plus should be okay. So that's my Java code. So there it is. And what is that path? We have the file. So in home ec2-user. So this is a file which I want to copy to my workspace. Okay. So write some code over here. Sh. I want to copy my code. So somewhere in home and then ec2-user. And then so the file is hello.java file. And I copy that to my workspace. Okay. So where is the workspace? The workspace is in var lib, right? So that's our workspace. cd var and then lib, then you have Jenkins. Okay. So within this you have a workspace. And then so where is your workspace? That's my workspace. So into the workspace I must copy the file. So that's I need the path. So okay, so there I'm going to copy my file. So I'm removing it, I'm cleaning everything first, and then I'm copying my source files. After that I'm compiling it, and then I'm re-executing, I'm running my file again. That's run stage. Okay, but I'm using a tool also over here. Save it. Then so go with no. So well, that was a failure. So let's find out where it was a failure. So console output. So we have all the stages. So copy something like this and cannot start, permission denied. So why that permission denied? What kind of permission is denied? So what permission denied? So here on Java permission denied. Why is permission denied? Just let me check it out. Okay, I think that's in root user. Okay, well, so the problem here is we're getting some permission denied. So why the permission denied is, so now the default user is root user, right? The default user I'm logging as in EC2 user, right? So since I'm EC2 user, so that's a default user, but I'm copying my file to a different other path. So where the permissions is being denied. Right. So though this path can be accessed only by the root user, not by non-root users. Okay. So now I have this error. So I cannot access that path. Right. So because I'm a non-root user. Well, so in this case, what I can do now, I can go with, since I don't have access to that workspace, okay, which is a default workspace, and that too for Jenkins only accessed by root user. So in that case, you can go with SSH key copies, then you can take the root access, that you can do it. Okay. Or else we have all the alternate option. The option is we can customize the workspace. Okay. Root access, I don't want to give the root access to anyone. So let the users do use their own custom workspaces. Okay. So that is where we are missing actually permission denied issues. Okay. Right. So since we have permission denied issues, then I can take custom workspace. That custom workspace will be using within EC2 user home directory. So since I'm EC2 user, we have access to EC2 user only. Okay. So let's see how we customize the workspace. Since we have permission denied issues, so we like to customize the workspace. That customized workspace has to be in home directory. So EC2 user home directory. Well, so let's back to that. Going to customize the workspace. Well, so configure the job. How to customize the workspace. Just custom workspace is a keyword. Okay. Just store it. And with our custom workspace. So do we have the custom workspace here? Yeah, there it is. So you have custom workspace. But so where do you mention the custom workspace? You mention the custom workspace within that agent, and then you have node. So this is where we use the node actually. So where we use the node we use it under agent. So why I use the node over there? So since there is an custom workspace for this. Okay. So now since you have a custom workspace, you want to create the custom workspace over there. So make sure you write that in the node agent and then node. Okay. If you don't have a custom workspace, you can straight away mention your what we call right. Straight away mention your agent. But apart from agent, so we going to add another tag, another loop over there, which is agent. Okay, sorry, node. So this is what I'm going to do now. Agent after agent, now this node. Okay, so let's see. If you don't have custom workspace, you don't need to use that node tag. So agent, and then so then you have node. Okay, and under the node, you mention the label name. That means your node name or label name, whatever. mention the label. Say label. You can mention so master or anything, or if you want to mention the label name, you can also mention the label name. And then so we have custom workspace, and in the custom workspace, the W is uppercase. You see the W, which is uppercase. Okay, so work space, and then so the path, you write the path to your custom workspace. Okay, so I like to provide with within user home directory EC2 user, and then so go with make some directory, let's say something like custom so workspace. Okay, and then that will be our workspace. Right, within the workspace, so we're doing our so restart the activities. Okay. So let's find out now. So will it be a success? If not, then we can do some more modifications to this set. So save it. What happened? Site can't be reached. Why is it so? What happened? This is surprising. I'm able to access that instance. Then why not Jenkins? Is it because Jenkins is inactive or what? Why this is happening? All of a sudden it's gone off. This is so surprising. Now it's exited. So why this is exiting? Okay. So let's find out. It's going inactive. It's loading again. Okay. I will upload this document after the session. Okay. Back to the pipeline. Let's again build it. So will it be success to the console output? So it's a failure. Console output. So value, still we have same cognition issues. I think why it's copying to again same. So it's the same issue. I think it wasn't saved. I mean our so pipeline was not saved, I think so. That's the reason we have that issue. So let's modify the same pipeline. So pipeline and then we modify the same stages. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't saved actually. That's the reason we're getting the same issue. Let's again do that. Okay, so write that same code over there under the agent. So go with agent and then node and then just go with label. So mention the label name or node name and so custom workspace. Custom workspace and provide some path. So home and then C2 user and then slash something like custom workspace. Okay. So try that now. That will be our custom workspace. Sorry, save it. And also even I think one more thing needs to be changed. The file must be copied to the custom workspace. Forgot that point. Okay. So back to the pipeline script. a lot of each itself. Okay. So like line script. And then, so when I copy the source, so in the copy stage, so now I'm going to change my path here. So the path is so go with the path, the custom workspace path home, and then EC2 user, and then so the directory name is custom workspace. So save it. Build it. So let's find the build. So build number 16. So it's a failure. So where's a failure? Let's find out. Is it error at clean? Okay. So the clean running clean stage and custom workspace clean stage copy scores. Why this is being skipped? So the clean stage is okay, it's fine. So where is the error is Jenkins? So why that running on Jenkins Varlet pipeline again? So it's taking a default workspace. So that should not be right. So it has to be like our running on. Yeah, it's okay. There it is. Custom workspace. Okay. And there's a file create and clean stage. So it's been cleaned. So why this isn't cleaned? Okay. Copy source script due to earlier failure. So what is earlier failure? The previous stage was a failure. So let's find out. End of pipeline. So what is error we are getting? Let's find out the error. Is want to see the workspace error. Where is the error is? Want to see the workspace error. Okay. Is error with the workspace or something else? Let's see. The reacting user is access denied exception. So why access denied exception? Is it because of the pipeline or the folder does not exist here? Okay. The custom workspace does not exist. Is it because of that reason? Copy source script due to earlier stage. So running in Jenkins in. Okay, that's a workspace. This is our workspace, right? Okay, running in. Well, okay. Clean stage. So copy source. The source was not clean. It was clean copy source. So the copy has been skipped because of this custom workspace. Just a minute. Let me just check our home directory. The EC2 user. So okay, let me create an custom workspace probably. So this might be creating an issue. So I've created that custom workspace directory. Okay. And then or you can do it from the script. That is also possible. Okay. So try this. Is it causing make the directory first and then so we check out the directory. So let's see. Just build it. So we just go through the errors. So we just find out where the issue is causing. Okay. So it's within clean itself is becoming failure, right? The clean itself. Okay. I want to see that why it's being failed in clean stage. So running on, okay, that custom workspace is okay, and this is clean well, and then copy source, next is copy source. The clean is becoming a failure. Let's see. So copy source is failed because of the clean stage, right? So mistakes, I want to find out. So where the mistake is. It's right. So why? So steps. So the clean is a failure, right? How about if I remove that clean stage? Let me just check this out. So then we'll come to know. So why this is a failure? Okay. So try that. So well, so this is clean stage clean. Okay, let's remove that. Oops, what happened? Everything is deleted. Oh, uh, everything on, fully not. My script is deleted. If it's deleted, everything is deleted. No, no, really not. Fine. Okay, but just remove the clean stage or remove the clean stage. I want to find out. So where is the trade? Why it's causing issue at clean stage? Just save it. So build it. If this is an issue, I will be proceeding with copy source itself is a failure. This will become a failure now. So where exactly the issue is causing? Let's find out that. Access denied exception. There should not be access denied. That's access denied exception. So what this is. Other paths, everything is correct. Let me find out the path. Path is okay. Then custom workspace. File is not copied yet. So let me try. So since these users been causing issue, I want to do it manual copy. Then we'll come to know so why this is happening. Okay. I want to do that manual copy. Firstly, I want to see that is my custom workspace is so working. Okay, just look into that. Custom workspace, we have it. Then I just remove that copy source as well. Remove that stage. Then simply I'm compiling it and then running it. I want to see is my custom workspace is being loaded. So that's what I want to check it out first. If the custom workspace is successfully loaded, then we can do some measurements on it. Only compile and then load. These are two different stages. So I go with build. No, custom workspace, it's not loading. So that's the issue. Okay. The custom workspace, so it would have so successfully compiled. Okay. So the custom workspace is, it shows that it is running in that custom workspace, but right. So that it is a failure. It's a link over there. Compile stage. Okay. But the syntax is all good. Syntax, if there is syntax, it is not going to so run the script at all. I'm just looking where the ping is. That's what I'm just some more concerned about. So why the issue? Is it like access? Or will it work if I run the job on my node? So we have nodes, I guess, right? Okay. Let's see. We'll try to run that on a node. So probably that might work for us. Let's see. So we have any nodes, and for that node, so EC2 user is access, right? Let's see. But again, we need to do a whole lot of things. Okay, but Okay, I would recommend that. So the reason is I need to do every settings on the node itself. I need to do a lot of things over there on the node. I think that will be because I have set up everything on my master, the configurations, all these things. So where is the node? So probably you try that on the node. For the node, I think we have EC2 user access. So the only issue we are getting, the same issue it is repeating is permission denied issue. Yeah, that's a node. So probably we can try that on the node, but hopefully you so this is user issues, the permission denied issues. This is nothing else. This is not a script issue. This is not a syntax error issues. This is a permission denied issue. That means your instance is allowing to trace. So do that on node. So that is the best thing you can do actually. Node. So when you check its node configurations, and then we have configure the node. For that node, the node must have been set up already. So with the help of EC2, yes. Okay. So that's EC2 user. Then in this case, you won't be having any issues over here if you run that on the node side. So the credentials also for EC2 user. Okay, so that won't be any errors. It's just an access denied issue. So that is denied. So now just let me try from my side. So I just give steps and you try that from your side. You won't be having any access denied issues with the nodes. So on the node, what is the node name? My node name, right? I take the node name. Copy the node there. And so that will be my node pipeline script. So try this on the node here, and the name was, that's a node name. Okay, and here we can, okay, we need to provide the custom workspace here. Okay, that's a custom workspace. So that's okay. So build it. So it is building. So console output. Yeah, now it's constant. So permission denied access. Only the issue with the correct user on the node. So here it is all success. First downloading, yes, right. Then it is successfully done. All good. So there is no permission denied issues over here, right? So this is the problem is issue. If it is not found, make the file exist in your workspace. Now it can be done easily, right? So let me show you if you want. Things you can do these things from your side. I don't need to go through these things. So that's why it's always better to run and on the node side rather than master, because we don't have type of access given to the master, right? So on EC2 on the node side, some user access. Okay, so take the user and you can make custom workspaces. You can create them, so you can do all these things. Okay, what is my node IP address? Log into that node IP. So we need to do a lot of things over there again. So host IP, take the host. Usage. So this is all just debugging it. So you, according to the error, you try to debug the issues. Nothing. So if you have permission denied issues, that is not at all your Jenkins issue. Remember always, there is no issue with the Jenkins. So the custom workspace, you see that custom workspace is created. Right now in the custom workspace, so if you have your hello.java file, so it will be all good. Okay, so or else you can use that copy stage. Okay, let's do that now. I make it somewhere here. Yeah, hello.java, and after that I copy this to my custom workspace. Okay, we'll do that. This is my file. I want to copy the code here. Okay, save it. Then we write a goal over there in Jenkins pipeline. Stages, I mean. So we'll go with configure. Okay, let me go with the stage. So the stage is, so write a stage. So go with that stage, and the stage is, so copy source. Okay, that's our stage name and in single quotations. Okay. So, and then now you can go with, let's say, just write some stage over here. And the stage is, stage, I mean, of course, steps. Within the steps you can find that stage and then steps. Okay. And the step is, let's say, so this is copy stage, and the command I like to run is, so let's say copy, and the file path. So the file path is in /home and EC2 user. And there is my file, and the destination would be in EC2 user itself. EC2 user. Then I have my custom workspace, right? So custom workspace, right? And there I copy my file. Okay, so this should be compiled successfully now. So you're making our custom workspaces. Hope you remember the custom workspace concept, right? So build it. The copy source was done, but so while compiling it, there is some little issue. Let's find out the issue. Okay. Copying was done successfully, so we can see that now space that now it is running from custom workspace. So compile was done. So the compile was done, was not copied. Why it was not copied? So is it not copied? Did I mention the wrong path? Okay. Okay, that's in custom workspace itself. Okay. Is it user? You have. So why this is custom workspace is created? We have a lot of custom workspaces, right? Typo error. Why mean? Okay, fine. That's a typo. Thank you. Yeah. So which is like custom workspace. Yeah, got it. There is a typo. Okay. Fine. But anyway, so we can see that. So we just been trying to rectify the errors. Okay, so that is like, so when you work for some support projects, okay, you just understand the errors. Small typo, custom, that's it. And some extra E there. So let's build it. Go to the pipeline. Jenkins is loading very, very slow. I want to build it, but just click. Just go back. So build it again. So output, execution. Now this is also, you can see that. So there it is. So I'm using my custom workspace there. The custom workspace is successfully done. Then, so first copying the source, and then it has been run, and then compile as well, right? So, and then now let me again back to the job. So I'm going to configure it again, and this time here. So I want to write some custom triggers. I want to write some build triggers for this. See, in this pipeline to restrict where this project can be done, and how I want to customize the workspace. You don't have these options in the pipeline, so declarative pipelines. So everything should be written so through the pipeline. Okay. So even though you have the build triggers, of course we have build triggers, but when you go to some other project types, we'll talk about that. Okay. So you won't find this kind of build triggers there. I want to make my event project build trigger. So within the pipeline, okay, so go to the pipeline, write a build trigger over here. So how we can write the build trigger? So you have option to, so go with, I can show you that. One second. So where is that trigger? I think I have mentioned here, I think so. Is it not there? It should be. There it is. Okay. So you also have some trigger mechanisms. Okay. So let me try that. Okay. Let me go with that trigger. So then here, and after the agent, okay, and I write, so this trigger, okay, the triggers, go with the build trigger, right, and trigger, and whatever the trigger you want to mention there, mention the trigger, and this triggers that is, right, yeah. And cron format, let's go with that cron. So we know the cron syntax. Let me type cron syntax there. This is triggers, okay, and that is my cron there. So let me make it so something like, let's say, it's /2. Okay, so then go with all stars. Okay, so this is something like in build triggers. Okay, when you go to build periodically, right, this is the same thing. So build periodically, you want to go with it /2. That means for every 2 minutes, and you can write that. So build trigger over here, that's your build trigger, and this will be triggered for so 2 minutes, every 2 minutes, according to so build trigger. Okay, so we can write it if you want. You can make it because you can use those build triggers. Okay. So that's also you can try that build trigger, and then so go with some. So we also have some post build actions here, some pre build and post build actions. Just a second. So like always, and these post build actions. Okay, so with always, so that means you want to go with some post build actions. You remember the post build actions? So I want to go with, like, let me run something over here. Let me back to the job. Where is my job? Just back to the job. Okay, then so just say configure the job, write a post build action. Okay, So go with that pipeline. Okay. So at the end of my script, I want to write a post build action. Okay. So after these stages, okay, after all these stages, okay. So this is my last stage, right? Okay. And then after this stage, let's proceed with write and post build action here. So just like post. So post and then mention that open close. Let me scroll down. Okay, post. And we have post build actions like, right? So always and then failure and then success. So now you mention these conditions here. So always go with always. Always means irrespective of. So the stage. Okay. So go with always. Okay. And then run something over here. Okay. What is that? So let's say you can give some equal statements, something. Okay. So this is from post build action. Okay. So and this will be executed every time. So whenever you run your job has been triggered, then your post build action also be triggered. Okay. I can mention something over here. So I can write some putting log. I want to clean my whole workspace. That we can do it. Okay. So with that configure. Not configure. First build it. I want to show you that so the build is successfully running or not. The post build. Let's build it. So just look at so why it was a failure. Look at that syntax. It's some syntax error, I think so. Okay. So the post build action and then origin type is allowed. Okay. I think there is some syntax error. We'll find out. I think what was the error? Let's see. Let's see. Is it because of the custom workspace syntax or not? The custom workspace, the build has to be within the agent, within the node actually. I think I have mentioned outside of it. Yeah, that is I have mentioned outside of that. So that is not with that is outside of it. Yeah, there it is. So I have it actually. So it has to be within the node. Okay. But anyway, let's remove that first. We are not looking for that. So you're looking post build action. So the post. Okay. So always an echo. Okay. Let's try that now. Okay. 1 second. I think there is one more syntax error. So I think I have also mentioned that. So I've done is also so yes, that was a mistake actually. Okay, 1 second. Configure it. Just a minute. So this was missing here. It has to be ignored, right? Agent node. Yeah, it is closed. Is it okay? Anything was missing? Let me see. Some braces are missing. We need to look into that are missing. It's okay. So when you have lengthy clips, so we get these silly mistakes. It's just some silly mistakes, some braces, nothing else. Otherwise, it's all good. Yeah, some braces are missing. Yeah, there is some extra braces. So that is what is missing. That is for post, and this is for agent. So you just try this, okay? So just I can't again look into whole script. Just try that only some braces was brace extra bases or some. Just try that, okay? Let me go to so another pipeline script. Let me show you this. You can create another pipeline. So create another pipeline. So pipeline 3. So, okay, and take a pipeline project. And then so in this project pipeline, so far we have been writing our whole scripts on so within this so the sandbox, right? This is our sandbox. Here we have been writing the scripts. Okay, to write this whole script in a repository. Okay, so I have my script also available on the repository, and everything, even my project code, everything is available on the repository. Okay, so I take my repository as a Git repository, and also the Jenkins. What is a Jenkins file? So where is it? Okay, so scroll down. So Jenkins file. Now on the repository, I'm going to maintain a file name, and the file name is Jenkins file. And in that file, you have your whole script is written. That means whatever the pipelines, whatever the logic you have. So I want to take the code from the repository, then start building it, compiling it, packaging it. I'm writing all my logic on the so different stages there. Okay, and this is your Jenkins file. So Jenkins is a file where you have the whole pipeline script is written, and then that pipeline script also we maintain on a repository. And so in the repository, you have your project code, and also you have a Jenkins file. Let me take that repository. So let's go to repository. You can even for this repository, try to do hands-on with the repository. So in the repository, you have all the stages same, compile stage, but I'm going to compile it with the help of Maven. That's all. So here we have been compiling with the help of some Java commands, and I want to use some build tricks over there. Sorry, build rules over there is Maven. Okay. So and for this project, so I have the pipeline script is written there in the Jenkins file, and that pipeline script, whenever you just so mention part of the repository in our, which one that is, we just mention here. Okay, so that is my URL. So this repository URL, I take the repository URL, I copy that, and then so once it is copied, and then you have Jenkins file. As usually, you have project src, and then you have form file. So this is a Maven project. By looking at this, we understand this is a Maven project. And so, and those who are asking for project can also try this example. Okay, so you fork the repository, and then once you fork the repository, and you do so run the pipeline. Okay, so how you do that? You just take the repository URL, and then you make sure you have, so that is your repository, and then mention your credentials. We need to add everything over here, but you can do it from your side. So add the repository credentials, and then so go with, take a branch here, whatever branch that is, add a branch, which is master branch, and then so your script file path, that means what is your file name is Jenkins file. That Jenkins file has my code in it, and here I have my scripted pipeline. So there is your scripted pipeline. So we know these goals again, more or less it's all same. So your pipeline, you have stages there. First I have mentioned the clean stage, but here I'm using something called tool, and then tool name, and then so type of the tool is Maven. So you can write this kind of so tool over here, or else you can follow the syntax which I have mentioned for the tool purpose. So I've given the syntax for the tool right already. So you can also follow that syntax, tools, and then you can also follow this type of syntax, tools, Maven. So why it is Maven? So since in your global tool configurations, so you have, so where is that global tool configuration? You mention your global tool configuration as your what we call Maven tools, right? First you do that, otherwise this script does not work. Like I have shown you already for JDK. First set up your operations in JDK, and then you just come back to your job, I mean pipeline, and then mention the tools as JDK. That has to be name has to be JDK. Within that tool, we can within that you can mention your tool name. That means the version name. So what is the global tool configurations? Jenkins. Well, is that global tool configuration? Global tool configuration. That tools, okay. Slide. There is a Maven. Yeah, Maven. You add your versions over here. Add the versions, and then just give some version name. It's a Maven, let's say, so 3.8.1. Okay, and just add version and take this name, and that name so is your name. Okay, so it's something like you just mentioned something. Okay, so where is my surface? So there it is. In the tool, you can follow this syntax or this syntax. That's not a problem. Anything will do. And then, so the goal, sh, ambient clean, and then in the stages, your different stages there, you can just package it. Like you just try this. So project here. So, and if this is your Jenkins file, the whole code, including your script, everything, and your project is maintained on the repository. Yeah. So this is just try this project and fork it. You can try this pipeline and it will be working smoothly. If you have any issues, just mostly the issues might be regarding the tools or version issues. In that case, you just go with get this everything like version conflicts. There should not be any version conflicts. And this works well after you set up the global tool configurations, just like we have done for JDK, you set up for Maven. Okay, clear? Right. So just try this pipeline from your side. Okay. Well. And tomorrow, as usual, 9:45 batch, you have a session tomorrow. That's your last session for tomorrow. And 8:30 batch, as usual, can continue at 8:30 time. Okay. So, so before we wind up, yeah.